Mickey Hart's team had knocked Roscommon out of the championship last year by beating them in the qualifiers, but their chances of repeating the feat suffered a blow before the throw-in as Stephen O'Neill was ruled out because of injury. He was replaced by Johnny Lafferty. Roscommon were full of confidence after their win over Armagh 2 weeks ago, but it was Tyrone who made the better start with the aid of a strong wind. Joe McMahon opened their account in the second minute. It took Roscommon 12 minutes to get their first score. They had some very good possession, but it took Cathal Craig to show his forwards the way. Against the wind, Roscommon held Tyrone scoreless for a 13-minute spell towards the end of the first half. They came from 4-2 down to draw level with 3 minutes to the break, but Cathal Craig missed the chance to put them in front for the first time in the 32nd minute. In the very next attack, Owen Mulligan seized the chance to put Tyrone in front again, and they added 2 more before the break to lead 7 points to 4 at half-time. Tyrone, against the wind now, made the best possible start to the second half. Centre forward Mark Donnelly was fouled and Rory Hickey awarded the penalty. Peter Hart sent Jeffrey Claffey the wrong way and Tyrone were in business. Just 5 minutes after that, Owen Mulligan scored the last of his 5 points to put Tyrone 1-9 to 4 points in front and cruising towards round 3. Roscommon were left to go for goals early in the second half, but the Tyrone defence was outstanding. The only time Roscommon did get through, Cathal Craig fired over for a point with 9 minutes to go. Mickey Hart was able to empty the bench in the second half. One of his substitutes, Darren McCurry, made a huge impression on this game. He kicked 4 great points. This one, in the last 5 minutes, was the pick of those scores. So, Tyrone into round 3 of the football qualifiers. They beat Roscommon at Dr. Hyde Park by 116 to 8 points.
Yeah, just disappointment, just massive disappointment really. We thought we were in the game up to half time really. That goal kind of gave them a little bit of breathing space, tagged on a couple of more points and it was kind of gone. It was out of our reach then really, you know.
You know, it's achieving a level of consistency that's going to get us where we want to go over the next year or two. So it's about everybody buying into that and let's just keep going at it.
It's days like this that make the qualifiers so appealing. Antrim, given little chance outside the county, caused a massive upset at Casement Park. After Mark Hare kicked 2 frees for Galway, Conal Kelly got 4 to level up the game after 8 minutes. Galway dominated the possession stakes, but Antrim worked hard for their scores. Aidan Gallagher wasn't deemed fit enough to start, but was introduced after 19 minutes and was soon on target. It took Galway until 2 minutes into stoppage time to land their first point from play. Paul Conroy with a clinical finish, 5-4 to Galway at half-time. But that first half display gave Antrim the belief to push on, and they started the second half on the front foot. James Lockery with an excellent point. And then 2 points from the superb Michael McCann pushed Antrim 2 points clear 8 minutes into the second period. Too many Galway players failed to perform on the day, but they stuck at it. Michael Meehan set up Conor Doherty to level up the game at 8-all. With 10 minutes to go, Galway sent for Pádraig Joyce. And with his first touch, he had a sighting of goal, but elected to fist it over to leave Galway a point clear. Tight and tense down the finishing straight, a Joyce free in the dying seconds left it at 10-9 in favour of Galway. But then the Antrim character shone through. Tomás McCann deferred his honeymoon in order to line out for his county. Whatever about Mrs. McCann, the whole of Antrim will be delighted he did. And then, with time almost up, Antrim won it. Patience and composure a virtue before Declan O'Hagan backed himself to kick the winning score, sparking great scenes of celebration. A great day for the Saffrons. Galway haven't won a qualifier since 2004. The long wait goes on. It finished at Casement Park. Antrim 11 points, Galway 10 points.
The character really pulled us through in the last 10 minutes. You know, we just never say the attitude. We weren't going to get beaten that game today, and you know we've been stressing that all week that we had to take a big scalp, and Galway certainly a big scalp for Antrim. So it is. We
had it very tough today. We found it very difficult to play the type of game required of us today, and to be honest, Adrian, we failed the test today. So look, we had it at the very end. We're point up, I think, with injury time there, I think, but we just failed to close it out at the very end.
Confidence was high among the home support following Longford's defeat of Derry in round 1 of the qualifiers. And when Francis McGee got on the end of Michael Quinn's pass, he used all his balance to help fire Longford into an early lead. But Limerick soon settled into their stride. Goalkeeper Brian Scanlon got on the score sheet. And in truth, Limerick were better for much of the first half. Owen O'Connor's trickery was a constant problem as the visitors moved into a 6-point to 3 advantage. But Longford responded just before the break. McGee, the playmaker, and Niall Mulligan found space. Scanlon doing well initially, but Mulligan was unerring from half a yard. Longford led by 1 at the break. Limerick made a determined start to the second half and got back level 6 minutes after the restart. O'Connor with his second of the afternoon. And a goal chance for corner forward Ian Ryan. Damien Sheridan saving and the ball ricocheting off an unwitting Colin P. Smith. But as the half wore on, the Division 3 winners appeared to be doing enough to close out the win. Sean McCormack settling for a point when a goal was on. Paul Barden going for goal, but having to make do with a white flag. And when the ball broke to an unmarked McGee, Scanlon reacted, and this time there was no unfortunate follow-up. Longford let slip a 3-point lead in the Leinster Championship against Wexford, and history seemed to be repeating itself. Michael Sheehan with a late equaliser, sparking contrasting reactions on the sideline. But there were further twists and a tense finish. Peter Foy's shot blocked before Sean McCormack reacted quickest. Longford 1 up deep into stoppage time. But there was enough time on the clock for Derry O'Connor to intervene. Declan Riley blocking, but O'Connor's resilience yielded the reward. And the same player kicked Limerick ahead in extra time. His side found the extra gear while Longford started to labour. They wouldn't score again from play for the remainder of the game. Their capitulation was complete in the second period. Declan Riley picked up a second yellow card for an off-the-ball tug. And David Barden likewise, though it's unclear whether his second yellow was for an elbow smash or for throwing the ball at a Limerick opponent. It mattered not, however. Substitute Ian Corbett blasted over before the impressive O'Connor sealed Limerick's win. Limerick subs contributed 1/6 of their 121 total. It left them 6 points winners, a result that meant so much to the travelling fans. Longford flags lie idle until the new year.
We were looking for a bit of spark there. It just didn't seem to be there, you know. So it's disappointing when you go out at a stage that you think you're capable of maybe going a little bit further, but you still have to give huge credit to the opposition in terms of their ability to come out with a win. They did very well.
It's very difficult to win away a game in the qualifiers. I think there's a very high rate of percentage of home teams winning in the qualifiers. So, but we didn't talk about that. We just said we focus on our own performance this week, get ourselves organised. We're playing the team with the best record in the country, Longford.
Yeah, lots of talking points out of that. First of all, let's take the Tyrone match. An impressive win, Kieran, and it can't have been easy yesterday.